This is the MultiCam MG207. That's a 5-foot by 16-foot processing area. This machine is a servo drive machine with a rapid traverse of just over 1,300 inches per minute. Very high power, high speed machine. Machine's going to come complete with everything you need, including the keypad stand. There's the MultiCam controller right there. A selection of collets. Look, one of these is still new, wrapped up, never been used. A couple of tools. These are the heavy-duty HSK tool holders, complete with cover nut, and you're going to get 8 of those to fill up the entire tool changer on this machine. And there's the wrenches as well. This machine is a rack and pinion machine in the X-axis on those 2 motors driven on both sides by the gantry, and in the Y-axis we're going to use a ball screw, and we've got the bellows off just so you can see how massive these ball screws are on the Y-axis right here, and that drives that Y-axis. And then there's a look at the spindle. This is a 16 horsepower Colombo spindle, and if you take a look at the original paperwork, you'll notice this spindle was a $20,000 option on this machine. So a very high-end, heavy-duty spindle, all ceramic bearings, and as you can see from this video, it looks brand new, like it's never been used. Dust hood included, and we've got some new brushes installed on there, ready to go. Here's the 8-position tool changer. This is the rotary tool changer, rides along with the machine right on the gantry, and again, 8-position tool changer, and they're marked clearly right there on the plate. So as I back up here, you can get a look at the size of this machine. Again, as you can tell, in very good condition. Vacuum table with a vacuum grid. We even have the secondary grid built into the table, which is a nice feature. If I come around this side of the machine, we'll take a look. Got some other extras, including a couple printed copies of the original manual. So everything you could imagine in here about the machine, that's going to be included with the machine. A couple of copies of those. And this is something real special. This is the original paperwork that showed the electrical requirements and the air requirements. You may not be able to read these on the video, but we'll make sure to put these in the listing so you know exactly what the specifications on that are. Last thing I'm going to do is walk around this machine, and we'll take a look at the electrical cabinet. Again, this is a 2003 MG207. There's the original plate. And as we open up this cabinet, you'll see there's some more original documentation right there on the inside of that door. And then here's a look at the control cabinet. Again, very clean, very good condition. I'll zoom in here a little bit. That's the 4 servo drives. They're Yaskawa servo drives. Very high-end, heavy-duty. There's the large inverter for the spindle. Again, Yaskawa. Very good brand, heavy-duty. Always high-quality components in these machines. One thing to note here, if I can come down here and see, this is the original shipping tag. And as you can see, the original shipper was to Protec Machinery, and the date on that is 6/3/03, so middle of the year 2003. Not even a full year of use that year. There's the motherboard down here. Ethernet connection standard. That's the Ethernet connection right there. You just plug it underneath the machine. Machine's wired for your network, and you can pull files right off your system. Again, this has been the MultiCam MG207. It does come with a 20 horsepower vacuum pump as well, including the piping to connect it. So again, everything you need. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you. One other thing to note is this is a heavy-duty machine with tube steel throughout. This is very thick, very heavy. Machine itself weighs over 5,000 pounds. But one nice feature that makes it easy for moving and shipping are these welded steel tracks that run the length of the Y-axis on this machine, which means you can pick that up pretty easily with a forklift. Again, it's just giving you some of that size, about 1,300 inches per minute travel speed, over 1,000 inches a minute cutting speed. With that 16 horsepower spindle, you can plow through just about any material, and this machine is a very versatile machine. Woods, plastics, non-ferrous metals, a lot of guys doing aluminum. Alright, one thing we forgot to show you was these vacuum zones. This machine is a 4-zone machine, so it's plumbed underneath. For all 4 of these zones, you can turn them on and off just by a manual switch valve. And then this 5th valve over here on the right, that's a custom valve that was added, and basically this controls the air supply. So if the machine's going to sit idle for a while, you're not going to be running it, you don't want it to bleed air out of the spindle continuously while it's not in use, this is something that they've installed where you can just turn the air off, and that'll shut the air supply off to the machine, again while it's not in use.